Um, just obviously not enough runs as an offense. That play in the first inning is kind of on me. It's just a play that needs to be made and kind of just changes the complexion of the game right away. Making that play, double play ball to get out of the inning. It's nothing, and we're coming up, in the bottom of the first, different game. So, that's on me, and I take kind of full responsibility for that.
Offensively as a team, we haven't seen you guys maybe expand the zone that much or chase some of those pitches. Do you feel like maybe you were pushing, trying to, get you guys back into this game?
Yeah, I mean, the shadows make it tough a little bit too, but, he had really good stuff today, and, obviously you have a plan and approach as a team, and, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Did the shadows play a role in you being able to see that ground ball?
No, I mean, not on that play, no. I mean, it's a little bit darker, but, from that angle, it's not kind of in and out of the shadows, no.
Did it look foul to you?
Regardless of if it did or didn't off the bat, it's just one of those plays as a fielder that you go and kind of attack the ball and make the play either way and, find out kind of after the fact if it was fair or foul.
I mean, just the frustration level. I mean, that's a play you make 9 out of 10 times, 95 out of 100, maybe more, right?
Yeah, no, like I said, it's a play that needs to be made, and that's a double play ball, and we're out of the inning.
How do you rinse a play like that in the moment and just move on from that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's just, obviously one that needs to be made, and you just kind of got to try to flush it and move on to the next pitch and kind of focus on what's in front of you.
Does a lopsided overall score like today make it any tougher to flush this game in the big picture, going into a must-win?
No, I mean, I think you kind of just flush everything and come back and hit the reset button for tomorrow. And, every day is a new day. Every game's a new game. Tomorrow, it doesn't matter what the score was today. It's still going to be nothing at the start of the game tomorrow. So just kind of hit the reset button and come back, ready to play tomorrow.
Is it particularly tough to see the spin from Javier today?
Yeah, I mean, there's just shadows make it a little bit tougher, but obviously we played day games here all year, so it's nothing to hang your hat on or make excuses about. It's just kind of like I said, just come back, refocus, and ready to attack it tomorrow.
You were pinch hit for with a righty on the mound. How surprising was that?
Just not surprising. I mean, it's just something that ROKKR decided to do, and I'm behind his decision. Thank you.
Not a great game, They hit with people on base, we didn't. That's the result you're gonna get when that happens.
Javier was hard to crack throughout the time he was on the mound. Just what were you guys seeing that just made it tough?
I think a lot of us haven't faced him before. He's the type of pitcher that he's very deceptive. The fastball has really good carry, but it comes from a weird slot. The slider was really tough to pick up. Once you get a look at him, then you can start making adjustments. But I think, not having the at-bats against him before, especially we didn't face him this year, made it a little tougher on us to be able to make adjustments as quick as we needed to.
The amount of sliders he threw, was that surprising?
No, we kind of knew what they were going to try to do going to the game. The spin was hard to recognize today, and it was a tight one, that's for sure.
Shadows with the spin?
They had shadows too, and Abreu was able to, look for a slider, and he got it, and he put the team ahead right away. We were not able to bounce back.
Carlos, you played in a lot of big games in the postseason. What's the key to staying loose when you go into an elimination game?
Well, when you go into an elimination game, you gotta be ready to do whatever is possible to help the team win. Everybody's available, all the arms are available, and we got to do a better job with people on base if we want to stay alive. And we're gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously it's frustrating when you lose, right? I mean, when you play to win, you're always going to be upset when you lose. I think they just executed a little bit better today.
Bases loaded opportunity. I know that would have been really great to do again, trying to crack Javier all game long. Just what were you seeing there?
Same thing all game, honestly. There was a lot of situations that I had that I left people on base. I think that's on me. It's upsetting. I'm very self-aware of that stuff. Mid-game, obviously, and it just didn't happen today, but we're going to go get them tomorrow.
Good to get back out there at third base and starting hamstring feeling a little better.
Yeah, the hammy feels great. Everything feels great. We just got to, it's October too, so everyone's kind of feeling a little bit something. You just got to push through whatever you're going through and try to win the ballgame.
Did you know early that you were going to be starting today at third?
You know what? I knew this morning. So it was a nice feeling to get that call and that message. But at the same time, I'm here to win games, and today's a little bit frustrating.
What sort of confidence can you guys take from the way you guys played on Sunday, bouncing back from a loss that you'll carry into tomorrow?
I think it's it's huge confidence, right? But it's also just we got to take this game day by day because it's a hard game, and we've been doing this all year. So it's just another series we got to win. We got to win 2 in a row.
Javier slider. I mean, the amount of sliders he threw, was that surprising?
A little bit, like kind of like what Carlos was saying. Tough to see with the shadows for both sides there, but I think maybe Maldonado caught onto that and started calling a little bit more slider there. But it's also like backing off of what Carlos was saying. You either got to be prepared on the fastball, or you got to be around the slider. And I think he did a good job of sequencing and not keeping a pattern.
Versus how big of a missed opportunity did it feel like in the first inning, where they score 4 and you guys have runners on, just to not get any there? How deflating was that?
Yeah, honestly, the whole game, little details, right? I think if that ground ball was hit a little bit more right at our first baseman, we get a double play on Jordan. That's huge momentum swing. Our fans are going crazy. And for me let me just pause for a second. Our fans were amazing the whole game. They kept us, getting back in. We kept having opportunity, and so they were amazing. I just had to say that.
Tomorrow you're facing an elimination game. What's your mindset going into that? Could be your last game of the season, could not be. What's your mindset going into it, and how do you think the fans may help you guys tomorrow?
Yeah, my mindset's not that it's our last game. It's that we got to beat whoever's on the mound. I don't think they've announced it yet. And we got to, plan and approach correctly there, and then, hit them hard, just like they did. We got to punch back. They punched, we got to punch back. That's part of the game.
Been through this before a lot of times together, and so, they played a great game all the way around. Javier pitched great. Offense looked good. They made some unbelievable plays. That ball Jeffers hit. I mean, Pena, that's one of the top plays we've seen all year. So, we're not going home yet. It's up to us to come out tomorrow and match their intensity. And, we've played really well for a long time, so we've got a lot of confidence that we will.
No matter how many different looks you guys give Alvarez, it looks like he just keeps finding a way. How do you plan for something like that? Yeah,
the same answer I told you after game 1. I mean, he's just one of those guys where you just got to execute a pitch and hope he hits it at somebody and not over the wall. But, he's one of the best hitters in the game. And so the approach doesn't change. You got to execute a good pitch in a good spot and hope you can get him off balance enough to where he doesn't hit it hard. But, he's, for the most part, he's going to get his best swing off no matter what we do. So it's just trying to execute a pitch in a spot where he can't do too much damage. But, right now he's rolling, so got to execute a little bit better.
We have to late, Emilio. I don't know if Joe asked you about Sonny. I mean, one of your best friends.
Yep.
That was shocking.
Yeah. He's picked us up all year long, and so it's up to us to come out tomorrow and pick him up and force a game 5 and give him another shot at another start for us. He's one of the best pitchers in the game, and it's up to us to give him another start in a Twins uniform. And so, it's up to us to come out here tomorrow and match their intensity.
I mean, what did you see? I mean, heck, was he tipping his pitch? I'm just not used to seeing that.
They're just, one of the best offenses in the game. Simple as that. Stuff-wise, looking at the movement on the board, it might have been the best this slider's been in a while. I don't know if you would agree with that. Execution-wise, he might say something a little different, but everything looked fine. They're just a really good team, and so they make it hard on guys, and that happens to anybody. It could happen to literally any starter in the game, and so, like I said, we feel really good with Sonny on the mound. It's up to us to make sure he takes the mound for us again.
It was a walk. It's not like we were knocking the ball around the ballpark, getting on base. It was tough sledding. It wasn't a great day for hitting. They ran into a couple balls early, kind of put us on the back foot.
The 4-0 hole is a big one to climb out of, especially that early in the game. But how did you see Sonny trying to work past it and get things back on track on the mound?
Yeah, he's a bulldog. Every time he goes out there, he's going to compete. Whatever that means that day, he's going to give everything he's got. So I think he did that, and you turn the page tomorrow.
When you look ahead to tomorrow, I mean, what is it going to take? I know you guys, you don't even know what time you're playing, but how quickly do you need to put this one behind you?
Yeah, I think we need to sit here and think about what happened today and think about what we could do better. But you do have to turn the page. We've done that whole year. That's kind of the nature of this sport. Is you have ups and you have downs. Today was a down, but tomorrow will be an up.
Were you surprised to see Sonny's the sweeper getting taken out of the ballpark?
Yeah, it's not a guy who gets home runs given up very often. To the left up, and they, like we said, with the Shadows today, it was kind of a guessing game as a hitter, and they guessed right a couple times and got the barrels of the ball.
How tough was Javier's slider in particular?
Yeah, like I said, he was doing a really good job tunneling today. He's got one of the better fastballs in the game, so we had to respect that. He was using that effectively and probably throwing more off speed than he has in the past. And he used it effectively. He was getting us to chase. He was landing it early in counts and throwing it where he wanted to late. Take the singles and keep the line moving. They're a really good offense.
Did it seem like you guys were doing a good job of setting yourselves up, like pitch selection in key spots?
Yeah, I think we had the right mindset. I think we had the right plan. It was more of an execution thing today. We wanted to hit the ball. We didn't want to strike out. We didn't want to swing and miss. I didn't want to hit the ball 110 right at Pena to ground out and end that rally. So it's the nature of the sport. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. Sometimes the ball doesn't fall your way. And like we talked about earlier, you gotta relish on it, but then turn the page to tomorrow.
Would you want to late?
So you always kind of got to be ready for that. But he was locating that slider today, so good for him.
Willie mentioned the Shadows. Would you agree with Willie's assessment on the Shadows?
Yeah, I mean, I would, but they didn't seem to mind the Shadows early. So, yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, yeah, it was harder to see, but they also seemed just fine. So I don't know if they were on a certain pitch and just sticking with that plan or kind of what their plan was, but it didn't bother them.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate your honesty there because that's the comeback, right? Like Abreu and Alvarez and Altuve, like in the first inning there, they had no problems with the Shadows. So it's like that balancing act where it is a thing, but it wasn't an issue for them.
Yeah, 100%. So whatever they did, they did a good job of having a plan against Sonny and sticking to it, and even with the Shadows, with or without them.
Was the number a slide?
I think that's why we all play this sport, because you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes great things happen, sometimes it doesn't go our way. So,
what do you think of the crowd? It felt like even after the early deficit, the crowd kept wanting to breathe life back into you guys. What do you think of their effort?
they've been great. And we all appreciate their support for coming out.
What's the confidence level you guys have with Joe going tomorrow and Pablo going Game 5?
Same confidence we went into every game this year. Nothing changes. So this one's behind us. I think we'll analyze and assess, how some at-bats went on the offensive side. But otherwise, same approach, same mental, mindset, everything like we've been doing the whole year.